So where we are talking about today is where should we position these advanced therapies? And Professor Du has just shown that there are some arguments to say perhaps you shouldn't do it too early, but I would be in favor to put forward some arguments to say don't forget it to start, and mostly it starts too late. That's the position. And I have some good arguments for that, I would say. If you look at the time frame where fluctuations start to occur after treatment with mostly levodopa, and this is quite recent work, then you see this is the curve which shows the percentage of patients who develop dyskinesias. And you can see that just for dyskinesias, already after less than 10 months, 50% has already some type of dyskinesia. Maybe not troublesome, but it's quite early. And if you look at motor fluctuations, it's a little bit later, but also 50% after about 2 years has already some type of motor fluctuations. So that is something which is very important to remember, because in our minds, many of these therapies are only suitable to start at the real end if there is no option left. And I think that's the wrong way to proceed. If we look at not only motor problems, but also at non-motor problems, I would like to remind you of the data of the NMS Quest study, which was performed by Ray Chaudhuri, and who showed that there was a change in the... Fortunately, the most important part of the slide came through, so that is not the right... Okay. Now, what was important, the point I would like to make, that in this NMS Quest study, there were patients included with a duration of disease of around 6.4 years. And if we then look at the graph, then it is very clear, and there was a few behind here, but you can see that even after 6 years, there's already a huge amount of patients presenting all kinds of non-motor symptoms. So that's the problem we face every day. So motor symptoms as well as non-motor symptoms develop quite early, and after a couple of years, say 5, 6 years, many of them have developed both to a troublesome level. The impact of the fluctuations of the quality of life is huge. This was a paper who looked at the impact on several domains of the PDQ-39, and it's very clear that the influence on mobility, activities of daily living, emotional well-being, stigma, now most of these, communication, bodily discomfort, many of these PDQ items which represent quality of life are influenced heavily by these fluctuations, so it is something serious. This is the spectrum we know. In the course of the disease, the therapeutic window becomes smaller and smaller, and at the end, we do not have a real good opportunity with normal oral treatment to compensate